It works with a winning formula of engaging events, strong emotions, and good timing, all components of a good origin story. Yes, welcome to my channel, KC, that's me, Carrie Chug, the Sledge storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling and open up discussion about how we can tell the best stories we possibly can. So I have come to see that lately my previous video on origin stories has gotten a lot of views, but I decided I can do a better job of that, so here we are. I recognize that there are those in the fanboy demographic who hate origin stories and just want everything to cut to the chase of the hero in his or her prime. All cool, but I, on the other hand, love origin stories when told well. They probe deep into the hero's evolving state of mind and the challenges they face as they develop into a force for good. Now, Dr. Robin Rosenberg, she's a psychologist, and amazingly, in all that she does as a psychologist in her studies, she's devoted a lot into interpreting the psychology of superheroes and has delved quite a bit when it comes to superhero origin stories. She points out two key moments in a superhero origin. First, there's the circumstance that gave them their powers, and then the circumstance that brought them to the decision to be a hero. What's interesting in looking at these points is to pick up on how interchangeable they are among the many different superheroes in pop culture. Peter Parker's power came with a radioactive spider bite, but it wasn't until his negligence allowed his Uncle Ben to be murdered that he made that big decision to fight crime as Spiderman. Bruce Wayne, on the other hand, decided that he would fight crime just after witnessing his parents' murder, but he went through years of heavy-duty training to be powerful enough to carry out that decision. Anyone with a new character needs to do in deciding which way to go is simply the study of character itself. You know, what powers do you want that character to have? That usually comes into play in the earliest stages of the process. And when you've decided what character attributes apply to those powers, you just have to figure out what origin will make them the most engaging to the reader. You know, was the hero bullied as a kid? Maybe a reformed criminal? Maybe someone who survived the ghetto? You just have to figure out the right spin that will make that hero engaging. Besides what powers they come up with and the initiative they pick up, the timing of when you tell that story, it's not one size fits all. For both Superman and Spider-Man, the origin story started on page 1 of their very first story. On the other hand, Batman debuted in Detective Comics number 27, but you didn't hear about his origin story of his parents' murder up until Detective Comics number 33. Then you have Wolverine. He debuted in 1974, and nobody, even Wolverine himself, had any idea of his past. And then finally in 2001 with the story Origin, did they tell the origin story of Wolverine. Nowadays, it has become more and more important to choose the right time to tell the origin story. Besides having that time when the readers are egging you on to tell that story, you don't want it to just feel shoehorned into the continuity. You want the right juncture in that continuity's present day where it can effectively blend into what is happening then. Often that involves someone from the character's past related to the origin, or some big happening that came as a result of events happening around the time of the hero's origin. One other factor in creating a good origin story is to draw inspiration from a myriad of sources, not just from superheroes. There have been a lot of great origin stories told in all kinds of media. Take the original 80s series Knight Rider, where Michael Long gets severely wounded in the line of duty, only to be saved and given plastic surgery and a new identity as Michael Knight to work in tandem with the high-powered Kit. Also, Luke Skywalker has to grow up in a desert wasteland feeling like there's something bigger out there for him, only to find out that that same something is bigger than he ever imagined. While there were other superheroes who influenced the creation of Sledge, one key inspiration for his origin is none other than Disney's Aladdin. Inspiration can be found from Shakespeare, from the Discovery Channel, NBC's Dateline. Broaden your mind. It can come from anywhere. But that's my renewed insight on superhero origin stories. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe or follow me on Instagram. The link to order Sledge number 1 is below the description right there, or you can order it on Kindle. Let's all look for civility amid all the turmoil out there, both social and political, as well as the pandemic. And with that, follow the precautions that have been given to us. Everyone, be safe and God bless.